Love and Madness is the movie I'm reviewing today. Guys, this movie can be found on Chinenye TV. The production, story, and executive production is done by Chinenye, and the director is Onyema. A recap of this movie is a young lady who got mad due to the secret activity of the mother that affected her daughter. So her daughter became mad, then fell in love with the driver. Now, how to solve this problem became a thorn in the woman's flesh. So you need to watch this movie if you're a fan of Chinenye's production. You already know how her movies goes. She doesn't use a lot of cast. Now, what I like about this movie, I will start with, Adora. That is the woman who played Chinenye's mother. She displayed a lot of emotions in this movie. She's an OG. She has been in the industry for, I'm sure, more than 2 decades. She's not a new face, guys. Just in case you don't know her, these are the OGs when we talk about old Nollywood, Aki and Popo. This woman is also part. She's an OG, so I didn't expect nothing less from her at all, in terms of emotions that was demanded from her. She carried out that so well, and I appreciate it. I love it. I like it. I don't know. I was impressed. I love it. She was in tears, and you could feel her pain. You could feel her regret. You could feel her desire to solve this problem, and I love that so much. This is what I expect. Like, when something is painful, when something is hurting you, let us feel that the thing is painful. The thing is, hurting. Let us connect with you on that level. Give us that emotion. And this woman nailed that. I love that so much. Talking about emotion, I also love how Chinenye's acting was going in this movie. Now she mad, and she displayed that madness in a very cute way. Some people do not like Chinenye's acting. For me, I always judge or review actors based on their character in movies that I'm reviewing. Yeah, in this movie, I really enjoyed Chinenye's character. In certain scenes when she's displaying the character, I was like, make it not be like say you go mad true. So that should tell you that I was connecting, I was feeling what she was actually doing. Someone might see it as she's not doing this well. For me, I kind of enjoy it, and that is what I like about her character. She and her mother in this movie, I kind of enjoy what they did in this movie. So yeah, kudos to Chinenye as well as Adora. Another thing that I love about this movie is the fashion, or should I say the costume of this movie. Talking about costume, Victory Michael's costume, finally something good when it comes to costume for Chinenye movie. I was really impressed. Just came back from the US and he looked the part. He looks really good. He looks expensive. His sneakers, his jeans, his tops, his chains, his ear. Oh God, he looks good. When you look at him, you know that yes, this guy just came back from the UK or from the US. He looks the part. Look, I keep saying that you don't need to do too much. You don't need to do too much. And then the woman who played Victory Michael's mother, she also looks really good. She's a rich businesswoman, well-to-do, and of course they are rich. She looks the part. She dressed very well, her makeup on point, her wigs. She was not just wearing one wig. She was changing her wig. She looks really good. And of course also Adora also looks really presentable. Of course they say, she's also rich. They've been traveling, well traveled, and she also looked the part. So the two families, that's Victory and the mother, then Chinenye and her mother as well, they look really good. So costume department for this movie set, I think they did really well. And for me, I love that. And those are the things I love about this movie. What I don't like about this movie, I'll start with the woman who acted Victory Michael's mother. I think I've seen this woman's face in other movies. I'm sure she's an experienced actress. I don't know what happened to her script. She was doing a lot of mistake, and I was asking myself, did she read her script before coming on set, or she did not have a script? She was just saying, she was just delivering her line from her head. I don't know what happened. She did a lot of mistakes. She delivered a lot of mistakes, and I did not understand it at all. I was asking myself, why was that the case? They presented her as a rich, well-spoken, educated woman. She looked the part, but she doesn't speak the part. Yeah, and that was really disappointing. Then I did not like that. I didn't find it funny because everything was looking good, on her part or on how she looks. Only for her to open her mouth and speak, and there's mistakes throughout. The English was bad, the delivery lines were bad. Her concentration on what she's saying is just off point. I mean, she's saying what she's saying, but she's not connecting and making you convinced in what she's telling us. And I wasn't finding it funny. That I did not like. Another thing that I didn't like or did not enjoy is Clinton Joshua's acting. I find it very boring. It's as if he didn't want to be here. He was a driver, Chinenye fell in love with, and I just didn't like what he was doing in this movie. I don't even want to waste time and talk about him because I just didn't find what he was doing interesting. But he's the one that is attracting views for this movie. Trust me, it is his face that is making this movie get a lot of views. But for me, I did not enjoy his acting. I didn't really get what he was doing. It was as if he didn't want to be on set, or he wanted to be on Uche set. He didn't want to be on this. I don't know, guys. His acting on this set was just boring and very mid. I did not find it interesting at all. Another thing that I don't like about this movie is the location. When it comes to Uche Nancy's movie, she doesn't use a lot of locations. If you leave everything to her, she will use one house for everything. Trust me, she doesn't, and she gets a lot of views. She's making a lot of dollars. I don't know why she's not putting effort in giving us proper production movie. Guy, location of this movie is a disappointment. This house has been overused. I was just getting tired of seeing this chair, this furniture. I'm just tired. I gave a hug that you can use the same house and change the furniture for a movie production. Just make the movie yours. Make the production yours. Use the same house, rent a furniture and use. Like, I'm tired of seeing this furniture. Gosh, man. Location for this movie was just boring and very, very annoying. Another thing that I didn't like about this movie is cinematography. Looking at the thumbnail that they used for this movie, the thumbnail is screaming perfect cinematography. When I'm talking about thumbnail, I'm talking about the poster, like what you see to click on. The thumbnail was screaming expensive, looking good, bright colors. Only for you to open the movie and you are seeing dark colors, you are seeing dim colors, you are seeing blue violet cinematography or color grading, and it was bad. It was bad. Then talking about cinematography, camera angles. There were situations where Clinton is holding Chinenye's hand. The camera angles or camera captures in those scenes were so bad timing, and then camera angles in switching faces was also bad timing. So cinematography of this movie is trash. I don't even have to sugarcoat it. It is bad. Why? How can you give us a perfect good looking thumbnail and give us this cinematography? I really hate it. I did not like it at all. Last but not the least thing that I don't like about this movie is the cast. When I mean the cast, I'm talking about the number of casts that Uche Nancy used. Like I said, she doesn't use a lot of cast. The maximum number of casts she will use is 7. or 8. She doesn't use more than that. If there's a movie she has used more than that, then that means maybe the movie is done in the village. Then we are going to see a lot of cast. The cast of this movie makes it look very scanty. It looks like a ghost that we are seeing. We are seeing the same faces too much. And when they are acting, is not giving that intense and you're seeing their faces all the time, it makes the movie looks like a joke. You know, I don't know if you guys get my point. A character is not giving you that act that will make you sit on the edge of your seat, and you are seeing that character faces 90% of the time of the movie. It makes it like you ask yourself, why am I even watching this movie? You know, and this is what this movie is going to give you. There's not a lot of cast. Like I said, Chinenye doesn't use a lot of cast. Her locations are boring, her cast are boring, and not the cast or the actors acting boring, but like she doesn't use a lot of people. That's what I mean by the cast is boring, not the people acting is boring. If you get tired of what you are trying to, get hold of, and I'm just getting tired of it. So yes, that was something that I did not enjoy about this movie, but it doesn't change anything. The movie is doing good numbers thanks to Clinton Joshua, and those are the things that I do not like about this movie. And on that note, I'll give this movie a 2/10. But my rating, like I always say, it doesn't change anything because the movie is actually doing good numbers thanks to Clinton Joshua. Of course, he has the numbers on chokehold, and if you use him, you're going to get good numbers for your movies on YouTube. The people that, the male characters that you use, Morrison, Clinton Joshua, these two, when you use them on your movies, you are going to get numbers. So even if they are acting nonsense, even if they are acting trash, even if they just walk up past, if you use them on your thumbnail or on your poster, you're going to get views. It doesn't change the fact that the movie is nonsense. So yes, if you're a fan of Clinton Joshua, you can as well go ahead and watch this movie. I'll see you all in my next movie review.